So children, in the previous video we learned about inertia. So what was inertia? It was the property of an object by virtue of which it tends to stay in its state of rest or of motion. So there are two kinds of inertia. First is inertia of rest and the second one inertia of motion. So as the name indicates, you can understand with that only. If a body is at rest, so it will want to be at rest only, and unless an external force is applied to change its state. Okay, this property that it wants to be at rest is known as inertia of rest. Fine. Then there are a number of examples. So these examples are important for you, for both to understand the inertia of rest, as well as these will be asked as the questions to give you the reason why these things happen. Okay, so these examples you need to understand. So first one, when a train suddenly starts moving forward, the passenger standing in the compartment tends to fall backwards. This one we all have observed. Okay, when you're sitting in a train and the train suddenly moves forward, what happens? You feel that you have been pushed backward, right? Or if the train okay, so why is it happening? You were at rest. The example they have taken, okay, the passenger is standing over here. Okay, so if you are standing in the train and the train moves suddenly, you will feel that you have been pushed backward. Okay, because you were standing and your lower part, your foot, they were in contact with the train, right? And the train moved forward. As the train moved, what happened? The lower part moved with the train, but your body is actually the upper part of your body is actually wanting to stay in rest because of inertia. It wants to stay at rest, so it will stay over there. So what will happen? Your feet are moving forward and your upper part is staying there only. So you feel like you have been you just feel like pushed backward, right? So the lower part of the body moves ahead and the upper part is left behind, so the passenger tends to fall backward. The next one, when a hanging carpet is beaten with a stick, the dust particles start falling out. So this is the way how you clean the carpets. Okay, you just hang the carpet and you start beating it. What will happen? The dust particles are separated, because when you beat the carpet with a stick, then the carpet starts moving. Okay, the carpet starts moving while the dust particles stay there only because of inertia of rest. So you have to mention it that because of inertia of rest. So the part of the carpet moves ahead while the dust particles stay behind, and the dust particle and carpet are separated. Then the next one, on shaking the branches of a tree, the fruits fall down. Because when you're shaking the branches come in motion, but the fruits stay there only because of inertia of rest. They have the tendency to stay there, they have the tendency to stay at rest, so they will stay there, and this the fruit will get detached from the branch and will fall down due to gravity. On striking the coin at the bottom of a pile of carom coins with a striker, lowest coin only moves away while the rest of the pile remains contact. Have you done this? When you are playing carom, you just pile up those counters, okay, and just push the striker such that it strikes just the lowest one. What happens? The lowest one moves forward and the pile itself just falls like this. The pile is not disturbed, it like that only it falls down. Have you done this? This is again because the lower last counter, that comes into motion because of the striker, because the force applied on it by the striker. But the upper ones, they are not experiencing any force, no? So they have the tendency to stay at rest because of the inertia of rest. So they fall down just like that only. The stack remains in the same shape. Then the next one, when a smooth card placed over the mouth of a tumbler is flicked sharply in the horizontal direction, the card flies away, but the coin kept over the card falls into the tumbler. This you can try at home. Have you done this? Just take a glass, keep a card over the top of it, and put a coin. Now what you have to do, just push the card like this. What happens? The card will move forward while the coin will fall down in the glass. Why does this happen? Again, because you have applied force on the card, but the coin was having the tendency to stay at rest. It was not experiencing any force. You have given the force to the card only. So because of inertia of rest, the coin falls down in the glass. Next one, when a corridor train suddenly starts, the sliding doors of some compartments may open. This you might have observed in your school van also. Sometimes if the door of the van is not locked properly and the van starts suddenly, what happens? It's the sliding door opens. Same happens in case of trains also. If there are sliding doors, if they are not locked properly, they just open when the train moves. So it is better to take the example of a school van. It happens very often. If it is not locked properly and the van moves, it just slides open. So that is because the van has moved, but the door had the tendency to stay back because of inertia of rest, and it was not locked properly. So it stayed there only due to inertia of rest, and the van moved forward, so it opened. Okay, then is next kind of inertia of motion. So the body will continue to stay in motion with same speed and in the same direction unless an external force is applied on it. This was the second part or second kind of inertia, that is inertia of motion. So a cyclist riding along a level road does not come to rest immediately after he stops pedaling. This we have discussed in the previous video also, that if you suddenly stop pedaling, the cycle doesn't come to rest, right? It keeps on moving for up to some distance. So you also play like this. You just pedal it very fast and then suddenly stop pedaling it, and what happens? Without doing anything, the cycle is moving in the same direction. Okay, sometimes even I have seen children doing that. They remove the foot also and they leave the the handles also, because it will continue to move in the same direction and with the same speed. But the speed, you'll say that, but ma'am, speed decreases slowly. Yes, the speed decreases because of the friction between the bicycle and the ground. So the speed then decreases and may come to rest because of friction. Okay, or if you have to stop suddenly, you will have to apply some brake. Then when a passenger jumps out of a moving train, he falls down. So this is always said, don't do this, don't jump out of a moving train, because when you are standing in the train, your body is having the tendency to move because of inertia of motion. Your body was moving, and as soon as you come to the ground, what happens? When you jump, you come to the ground, your feet touch the ground. What happens? Your lower part of the body comes to rest suddenly. while the upper part is still having that inertia of motion. So the upper part of your body just tends to fall down, okay, and you may hurt very badly. So in order to avoid that falling, what is suggested, they say that you should not just stop. As when you jump out, you just don't stop suddenly. You should start running on the ground in the direction of motion of that train or whatever. Okay, sometimes you jump out of the bus also, moving bus. So what you have to do, you have to run along the direction of the moving bus or train in order to avoid falling. If you run, your lower part will also move for some time, and the inertia of the upper part will be maintained for some time. Then when a running car stops suddenly, the passenger tends to lean forward. This also when a person is driving, suppose you are sitting in a car which is moving very fast, and very suddenly a brake is applied. What happened? You feel that you have fallen forward, you lean forward, right? That is because the lower part of the body stops suddenly, which is in the contact of the car, but your upper part was having the tendency of motion. Upper part was moving, so due to the inertia of motion, the upper part will still keep moving for some time, and you feel like you have fallen forward. You lean forward. An athlete often runs before taking a long jump. This is because when he starts running, he brings his entire body in the state of motion. When the body is in motion, it becomes easier to take a long jump. A ball thrown vertically upwards by a person in a moving train comes back to his hand. The reason is that, see, when you throw a ball, what happens? What should happen actually? When you throw a ball vertically upward in a train, what should happen? The ball should stay there only, because it is not in the contact with the train. Okay, the ball should stay there and you should move forward. What should happen actually? It should either go behind your hand or somewhere. But what happens actually is, when you throw the ball is having that inertia of motion, inertia of moving forward with the train, because it was in your hands. You were sitting in the train, your hands were moving with the speed of the train. So when you leave the ball was still having the inertia of moving forward. Okay, so the ball also moves forward, and when it comes back, you can easily catch it. So the reason is that at the moment when ball is thrown, it was in motion along with the person in the train. It remains in the same state of forward motion even during the time the ball remains in air. The person, the inside air, and the ball all move ahead by the same distance due to inertia, and so the ball falls back into his palm on its return. So you can just go through the chapter, read it once, so that the things are more clear to you all. These are very daily observations of you all. Okay, you have observed these things in your daily life, and I'm sure you'll understand these things once you listen to the video carefully and just read the book once.